Hi, it's Belinda, Aussie Stitcher, coming to you on the 6th of February 2023. Hello everyone, I'm only 6 days late. I did try to film over the weekend, but it was so hot that everyone was just around. So I decided not to continue filming. Ooh, itchy eye. Right. I am very happy with what I stitched over January. I stitched 6,756 stitches, which is freaking huge for me. With working part-time, 4 kids, life, it's busy. And that number will drastically drop. School was back and we still got, school activities and all the other things in life. So let's hop into it. I do have a bit to show you. I have my whips and I have a mystery box that I got and some stash. So I had, for the first time in 2 years, I had a new start in my stitch and button bag that was gifted to me by a friend, and I couldn't put a mirabilia in it because she doesn't do fancy ladies. I should point out, William is just there playing. So I'm sorry for any of the noises. He's doing his very, very best to play quietly, but you will hear noise. So I do apologize, but he's doing really, really well. So back, Joni doesn't do mirabilias, so I couldn't put a mirabilia in it. So instead, I put my new start, which, and my first new start in 2 years, from the traditional sampler, the 3 Springs sampler. And it says, the 3 things that will never come back: the arrow shot forth on its destined track, the appointed hour that could not wait, and the hopeful word that was spoken too late. And I don't have them in here. I don't actually know where they are. But Stitch and Button Vicky gifted me the threads. But they're not here to show. This is on 36 count, I think in like cream. And this is my start. And I got, what did I get? I got 503 stitches done. Bit of the border and the start of the flower. So really, really happy with that. And it was nice to have a new start after 2 years of not having any new starts. So just gotta put my threads in there. Oh, and my needle minder is Don't Make Me Drop a House on You from Stitch and Button. So that was a nice start. Right. The next is I have been working roughly 100 stitches a day on a next whip. And it's winter lace. Here's my cover. Here it is. Winter's Lace by Gold Dimension. This is my oldest kit. This was started in 2006. So it's as old as my oldest daughter. And I am roughly here. And I could have just cut it off. This is going to end up for William. So hopefully he likes wolves. I might have to try and find him a shark. Oh, I just got the biggest. Oh, come on, Mum. Stitch me a shark. I'm going to have to now, aren't I? So I did roughly 100 stitches a day, or I did back stitch on it. So I ended up doing 2,204 stitches and a whole bunch of back stitch to get to. This is where it was previously. and this is where it is here now. So I've done, all of this is stitched in here. I did the wolf and I did all this back stitch. So it's looking very, very good. Haven't stitched on it yet, but I find it very hard to show pieces monthly, that I stitch monthly. And I don't want to stitch on them again until I've done my video. And my video ended up being 6 days later. That's okay, I'll just spend a day stitching on this. I'm back to just doing half stitches for a while. I really don't mind. As long as this is done this year, I will be thrilled with that. Right, now am I missing a whip? I am missing a whip. I will be back. All right, I am back with the next whip. The next one I did was Villa Mirabilia, and this had a bumpy road. I did not like my stitches on the Murmur 32 count fabric from Picture This Plus. So a quick discussion among Megan, Stitching May, and Vicky, Stitching Button, about, you know, does my stitches look okay on this? Is it just me? Or do I need to fix this? And they're like, I think you need to change the fabric. And my husband, funny enough, picked this out. I gave a couple of options. And we ended up with this one. This is Hole in the Sky by Calica Sage, 32 count. It's a restart now. So it's almost like, I suppose it is, a new start. It is a greeny colour. And I did 1,030 stitches, which is like 500 more than I did previously. So I'm really, really happy, and I feel like I want to stitch on this now. Pretty sure it's 32 count. It might be 28 count, but it will fit on this. So because it's such a really big piece, this is one of those things that need to come out every year and get a minimum of 1,000 stitches, so I can actually one day in my lifetime finish this. And this is a bag by Emily C. Just remember to keep it down, please, Will. Ooh. And then I knocked my drink right underneath. So my next stitch, actually I don't think it was my next one, but we'll go with it. I did also pull out December Fairy by Mirabilia as a fly disc. This is past me, and this is the one that I would like to finish this year. I like to finish a Mirabilia every year. I have a lot on, so surely that's possible. This is where it was before, and this one I didn't get my 1,000 stitches that I normally like to get. I got 961, but I stopped because I was in a really good stopping spot, I think, and I just wanted to move on. So this is on 32 count Opalescent Frost by Chromatic Alchemy. So, and I did in here. Really enjoying stitching on this, and it's for Sophie. Her birthday is in December. I officially have a 16-year-old in the house now, and we need to organise to get a licence, her L's. I also worked on Autumn Queen by Mirabilia, and I think, oh, here it is, Autumn Queen by Mirabilia. This one I try to do at least 1,000 stitches every month in the hopes that probably next year this will be my Mirabilia finished. This is on 32 count Heroic, I think, or Ancient by Picture This Plus. If you're really interested, let me know. And I didn't do quite 1,000, I did 934. But again, I think I just reached a good point. I did in here that I just kind of wanted to move on. So I actually stitched on quite a lot. So this needs to be kept out, this one needs to be kept out. I also stitched on Anzac by Long Dog Sampler. Here it is. And I did 1,010 stitches on this one. And this is on 32 count. It's a funny one. I can't remember the name. If you're really interested, again, post below. I would like to get the top row finished this year. So at the minute, I am in here. So I'm close. Here's my before pic. And here is my after. Now for those who have not been here before, I picked the fabric. Anzac is to represent Australia and New Zealand. I picked the fabric to represent Australia, and the black thread, which is just DMC 310, to represent the Maori tattoos. Hopefully that isn't offensive to anyone. It's not meant to be offensive. It's just supposed to represent Australia and New Zealand. And I worked over here. Loving the detail in this. And I think that's the spider. Yeah, there's a spider coming into it just in here. My daughter killed a spider today, size of my hand. We don't have, oh, we do have small spiders, but I feel like we have a lot of big ones. All right, and I had a second new start. You know, you go 2 years without a new start. You need to do 2 in the first month. And this reminded me why I don't do a lot of new starts, because I am getting quite goal oriented in my stitching. I want to see progress and I want to see finishes. Some things I will stitch for like 20 years, 30 years. Let's be honest, some of the Haids, 50 years. But I want to see progress and to the point where it might get finished. So in my Star Wars bag from Stitch and Button, I started Scary Sampler. And this, I'm not going to go through it all, but this has, because it's been gone through, but it's got book quotes, TV series and movies. And like it's got Harry Potter, Wuthering Heights, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Beetlejuice, Jurassic Park, Star Wars, Men in Black, Lost, X-Files, Doctor Who and Star Trek. That's some of the ones that resonated with me. Now this is stitched on 36 count Salt Rock from Colour and Cotton. And I did the grand total of 114 stitches. Ooh. I should also state that I'm using, as it fell out of the bag, so you know, tipped it up the wrong way. Cord for threads, and my thread keeper is from Stitch and Button, and it's a dinosaur riding a bicycle. All of 114 stitches. Not a very good start, but it was on a Tuesday. I work late, like I work till 3 on Tuesdays. Then we have sport. Not that I do PT, and Sophie works. So Tuesdays are not a good day for me to start things, but I got it started. Right, we're done. So yeah, I'm very happy. Probably not with necessarily the amount. I tend to like only doing 4 to 5. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah. Now on to oh, it's here. Stash. Right. So I did Stitch and Buttons 12 days of Christmas, and I did it with Lisa from Lisa Stitching and Such, as in we opened the bag together. Not bag, the day at a time. Mine arrived in January. Was it January? Yeah, January. So by the time everyone finished, mine arrived, which is fine. That's Australian postage. So Lisa didn't open hers and waited until I was finished. And between us, we managed to stuff up and open wrong packages together. So there's a couple we had to open 2 a day, because apparently she and I can't count or read numbers. So first off, we got a Stitch and Button bag with, and one of the things was one of the gifts was the pull bag. This is not going to be in any form of order. You're just going to get as I pull out. One of the days was a snap tray, which you can use to put your bits and bobs in. I also have parked a needle in mine, just in case I need a spare needle, and this is with me. I've got one. We got a Christmas decoration, 18 count fabric that will go with a chart that you'll see in a minute. My very first, I think it's my first, Fox and Rabbit chart. And I do like how the chart is printed. It's very easy to read. Love it. A needle minder that stuck to everything. A ripper if you make a mistake. Thread holder and words. I can visually see what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of it. Thread drops. Thread drops. Some beads. A scissor fob. And the threads for the chart. that it? 1, 2. Oh, and there was a needle as well. Oh, sorry, and a snag nugget. I'm not very good with terms. I just use stuff. There was also one that had a needle in a shape, and it is here. Oh, here it is. And a needle to stitch with. I really, really enjoyed opening up that with Lisa. So thank you, Lisa, for waiting for me, because you got yours well and truly in time. But thank you for waiting for me. Here are these threads from Vicky for that sampler. So I'm going to put that over here. I brought this bag from Stitch and Button. So this is Stash, to go with some of the other bags that I got her that are very similar. And they're just, I don't need any. I've got so many empty project bags now. But this one just sang at me. Right. And then I did a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. I tend to go through spits and spurts where I actually will buy a lot, and then I don't tend to buy anything for a very long time. When I was beading Siren in the Shipwreck, I noticed that my tacky bobs have become quite yuck, and I have beaded Summer Queen on that one, Snow Queen, the one I did before Snow Queen. So I've used it quite a lot. So I brought 2 more tacky bobs because I do use them a lot. I brought 3 memorabilias. I brought Blossom. I brought Rosamond with the cord for water lilies, which is Java, Crystal Bay, and hot peppers. And then this one is one that I kind of looked at a few times and I went, will I ever stitch it? And it's Springtopia Garden. So these dresses are not stitches, the fabric. I'm not sure if I'll stitch this on white, to be honest. And if I don't, I will just stitch that area white. That's not the end of the earth. She is, though, very silk heavy. So I got the silks Tangerine. Beautiful colours though. Chili, Cucumber, Borderix, Olive Grove. These are very food oriented. Silks, Olive, Guacamole, and Bermuda Reef. And I've got the 2 chronic for it as well. Don't know when I'm going to start these, but I feel sometimes, especially with any chart, to be fair with any chart, you don't know when something's going to go out of print or retired, or however you want to say it. So I just want to grab stuff as I want it, like it, so that it is there. And yeah, sometimes it takes a while for a chart to grow on me. I certainly didn't like this one when it first came out, but I'm loving the colours. And I think Michaela, that's Michaela. Michaela is beautiful and she's bright and loves bright colours and she's energetic, and this just screams to me Michaela. This is very much like Sleeping Beauty, and I didn't really need another Sleeping Beauty in my life, but I don't know, this one, the purple's in it, and that's Iona. I think she would like this. And that's, I can't put everything up on my walls, so I might as well stitch them for the kids so they can have that issue. Right, that is me done. I've got homework to do with kids, I've got dinner to cook. I just wanted to get this out. I want to say a big thank you to all the people who watch me, subscribe to me, watched my whip parades. I am still watching whip parades, and I don't care how long the whip parade is. It can be 2 minutes to 2 to 3 hours. I will sit there and watch it. I find whip parades is a really good way to get to know new Flosstubers, new to me anyway. Now I was going to do a giveaway, but the items that are going in the giveaway have not come yet. So hopefully by the next video I will do it. Trying to think, I have done this before and I like this idea. So maybe get your thinking caps on if you like what the giveaway is. But I think I will do do a shout out to a Flosstuber with under 1,000 subscribers, or a low amount of subscribers, like someone that might have only 100 or 200 subscribers. So if you subscribe to someone that fits that category, write down their names or couple, and if you happen to want to be in this giveaway, which will include a stitch and button bag, I'll give that little thing, and there'll be a couple of charts up as well. Get ready to watch the next video, hopefully. If my mail doesn't suck that much from coming from the USA, it should be here, and we will do the giveaway. But put your thinking caps on. I really like to promote Flosstubers with low numbers. Two come to mind straight away. One is Stitching Sandy, I think that's how it is, or Sandy Stitching. She is from Scandinavia, which is not really a country, it's just an area, you know what I mean. Love her. I don't know if she still does it, but she used to do 2 Flosstubes, one in English and one in her native language. She now has a 2-year-old running around, a beautiful little girl, and she still makes Flosstubes. So a massive shout out to her. And another one is to Sebastian, which is Tees and Stitching. I'll link them below anyway. Give them a check out. They're not going to be for everyone. And just see, you know, how you go. Another one that just popped into mind is Solvac Stitches. I'll link them behind. They're a husband and wife duo, and both of them stitch. So that's just 3 that just popped into my head as I'm talking to you, that I'm pretty sure all of them are below, I know 2 are, that are below 1,000 subscribers. And I like the idea of other people reading that and maybe finding some new Flosstubers, new to them, so they can have, find news to subscribe. I'm confusing myself now. It's Monday afternoon. It's the 2nd week of school going back. Yay, me. Right, I'm going to leave it there before I make this any worse than it is. So thank you for everyone for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, do the works. You guys are awesome. Thank you for also watching this video and probably putting up with some background noise from William. He's done exceptionally well of being quiet as he can possibly while paying armies and farms. by the looks of it. And I will see you next time. Bye.